G'day everyone, it's T-Nick back here again in Transport Tycoon. It seems this is what I'm recording this evening because I went to record Fallout 4 and Steam wouldn't open the game. So, yay Transport Tycoon! I'll just have to put on hold my murderous desire to slaughter people in the post-apocalypse and instead seek to move people in an efficient and economic way in the pre-apocalypse. Because it's 1915, so the apocalypse won't happen for another years. I don't know how many it is. But here we are back at Stanbridge City. So if you recall, last time we built some stuff and extended our railway line up to Penn Hall. I'm sure we did other things, but it has been a little while since I've played. Real life gets in the way and such forth. Who am I kidding? I've just been sitting on the couch watching Netflix. That counts as real life, right? No? Okay. Well, let me have this one. So let's bring our transparency options back up because as you can see, even the places where I haven't been planting trees, tree growth across the world has gone absolutely batshit crazy. So, whoop, turn them off. Now looking at this part of the map, we have a lot of mountains. Now mountains are a massive pain in the ass to work around. Now I think last time I discussed extending our line from Penn Hall up to this whole sort of region up here, which will interconnect with a more local network as part of sort of a looping line around up through here and back down to Windberg Bay City. I don't think any of these towns are actually cities, are they? No. We can probably create a pseudo-city by sort of putting a station in between these two and gluing them together. So I'm thinking we'll run our line through here, through Avon Low, and back down that way, as well as another line that goes up to Loons and Frendale and Brobridge and Little Warthog and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. We also need to somehow make a connection over to this island, which does have, that's not a city in the form of Bondgrove. I think there was one more. Was it at the top? Yeah, that's definitely a city. Pressbridge. In fact, we've also got this island over here, which has decided it is a bay. No, you're an island. What are we going to do? I'm just trying to think. We also said quite a few parts ago we would have another line coming up and around here, so that might also be something to look at. We've got these tantalising pair of forests up here and a sawmill down here, so you know there's something to be said for building a line up there. But I did promise we were going to extend from Penn Hall, so that is what I'll do. Now, I did consider building a station here to act as a ferry wharf. That might come further down the line because, well, currently... Actually, we probably could get away with it because we'd have passengers coming in and out at Penn Hall and whatever that town was we started at, Stanbridge City, to use the ferry. So it wouldn't be a loss-making... Train 28 is getting very old. Okay, we should probably take care of Train 28. Which one is Train 28? There you are. Hello. We'll just you're only about half full. We'll just send you to the depot now and just give you a quick replace. We'll just do a straight out replace of this one because there's not much point keeping it around. Do we have anything better for valuables other than we've got the express mail carriage that carries valuables. Let's just flog the entire train. We will need a new engine quite quickly. Let's go with the Mogul. That seems to be a good fit. Now, I don't think any of these... No, it's only the 6-wheel coach or the express mail carriage that hauls valuables. So we'll go with those. Now, Train 28. Hopefully you have been reallocated into your... Okay, we forgot to allocate 20 and 26. But yes, 28 has slotted back into its category here. So I'll better just... While I'm on the roll here, I better figure out where you're actually running from and to. You're Broley City to Penn Hall. Oh, yes, that's right. You're the new sort of all stations line, which we will call the, I guess we'll call it the Northern Line. Do we have a... What are we going to classify this as? I guess it's going to be regional because it's not really going to be suburban and it's not going to be a intercity line because it's going to be stopping in all the piddly little towns that the intercity trains can't be bothered with. So we'll create a new category. And we'll call this, what was our sort of naming convention? Here we go, regional. And this is Broley to, we've already got a Windport to North Line, so we'll call this Broley to Central. Yeah, that'll do. And we'll put 20 and 26 into that category there. Now, where's that gone? Broly to Central, that'll do. We'll come up with a more creative name eventually, but for now it'll do just to give them their own category. And they are actually the two trains we'll be extending first to our wharf station, and then up to this region of the map here. We'll probably head up to Loons, Frendale, and Brobridge to start with, because they will also make convenient ferry locations. Actually, Reeside's probably better to get to Menley, so we might run the line down this way. But also, yeah, Frendale's probably going to be a good location to come up here. And yeah, we could build a rail bridge over here and include this in our local network up here, or we could also have a ferry going over to Presbridge. Guess it really depends on how we want to do things on this island. I wouldn't mind having a sort of an isolated network up here. But enough yakking, get your build on, Teenick. So we'll go to rail construction and we will start extending this line. And we'll start that by extending the landscape to make sure the town really dislikes us. Now, given the money we have coming in, we're doing quite well for ourselves, so I'm just going to start double tracking things from the get-go, and because that'll become a one-way station, we don't really need a set of points at this end. So isn't life with money grand? We can just do whatever the hell we want. So we'll send the line up this way. Yeah, bit of track there, that looks good. Skirt the forest. I'm not sure if there's a sawmill on this island we can sort of get to. Not really, not on the coast, not at all. So we'll ignore that forest for now. But yeah, the ferry station I'd like to build sort of around here somewhere. So we'll go with sort of a reasonable station building, because I imagine it's going to be acting as a booking office for the wharf as well. And we'll get that wharf down before we start getting too fancy, just in case one of the local towns gets uppity about tree destruction, because see before. Look, being a fair distance out of town, in fact, it's actually attached itself to Nantborough, and it should be far enough out of the local area that they don't really mind. They do actually mind. Okay. Normally, if you're a certain distance away, they don't really mind if you sort of do a bit of tree work. So we will have to tread reasonably carefully that we don't damage too many trees before we've got our station in place. So we've got the station in place. We knocked down a fair few trees to do that. They still think we're very good. Okay, so maybe I'm right. Maybe they don't really mind how many bits and bobs you knock down to get to where you need to get to. So we'll put a bit of a sort of a plain bit of station there to sort of join it up to the wharf here. And we'll go over to wharf and we'll start doing a bit of eye candy. Now that was under I can never remember. That's the dock. Maybe it was under objects. Yes, here we go. Get fancy now. So we wanted keys, and we wanted the key like that. Now, will that build a corner? It won't, so we'll just build this fancy little corner in here. And I guess we'll sort of go back to this one and have a bit like that. That looks nice. And then we'll come along here, and that won't fit in the corner either, so we'll drop that fella in. Oh, it wants to go out that way. That'll do. That looks nice. And let's get... do we build anything cool? No. Crane. No, we don't really want a crane. We can build some fancy buildings, like a wine storage location. Ooh, what's that thing? Oh, I can't build it. Never mind, don't care. Oh, no, hold on. We can build more stuff down here. No, we can't. Key extensions. Oh, there we go. We can build those things. Can we build that? Oh, there we go. Look at that. You can artificially extend the dock. I mean, that's a bit of an issue because the ships will pathfind their way to the dock regardless of what's in the way. So they'll just smack straight into it, but that's still pretty cool. Now, what else? Oh, here we go. That's right. We've got the special keys down here we can build. So what's that thing? That's a special key tile. Oh, here we go. Ticket office benches, marina outlook. Well, I think that's what we wanted to build. No, we're going to turn it around somehow, do we? Or is it... No, it won't build because I've... yes, of course, because I've already got one there. There we go. That looks nice. And that sort of joins us up to the station there. Let's just build some nice benches for people to sit on as well. Yeah, that looks pretty. And we should probably get sort of a pier coming out as well. Oh, that's right. That doesn't attach unless we start with a mole, which I'm assuming is a translation for dock or something similar. Let's just build that fella. That comes out nicely there. And then we'll go back to... Oh, can we have a passenger ferry sitting at a... No. What were we looking at before? We're looking at not moles. Keys, that's what it was. It was down. Oh, yeah, we can have a pleasure steamer. There we go. The pleasure is all mine. Because it's a pleasure steamer. Right, okay. So over in Nantborough, we will want to have a train station as well to get people around the island. The train station will probably be best off coming around through here. So we'll throw the dock down about there, and we'll just sort of buy this land up for future expansion. Hopefully that prevents the town from expanding here. Otherwise, we'll just have to wait until they stop disliking us, assuming they dislike us, which they do not. They still think we're very good. The rest of these towns could learn from this town. Now, as this seems to be sort of where the larger dock is, we'll build a nice little thing there. Depot, that's what it's called. And we'll get a sunk rock ferry on the go, I reckon. We'll just have him shuttling back and forth between Nantborough Woods and Nantborough Docks. And we'll assign him to that depot just in case we want to upgrade him later. And we'll need to rename this because obviously it is not in Nantborough, so we can't really call it Nantborough Woods. We'll call it Nantborough Ferry Terminal. So that way people getting off the train know that they're not actually getting off in Nantborough, which is one of the other stupid names for a town that we could come up with. They are actually getting off at the ferry terminal, so they will know to change for the ferry. Now, will that line up? Oh, so close. So close. But that's good, because we've now connected that track up like that. We'll chuck a set of crossovers in here, and we'll throw down some signals as per usual. Look at me remembering that trains drive on left in this game. I have just been playing a lot of Transport Fever, so I'm kind of in the mood for trains driving on the right. America, etc., etc. So we'll throw some more signals down here. Yeah, yada, yada, yada. Boring, 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 boring signals. Signal placement. It's incredibly important to get right, but it's incredibly boring to do. So we'll throw them down like that. We'll chuck another couple down here. Probably should put one in this side-on section. Now we'll put some there. Now, we need to find the trains that are already running through here. No, okay, I forgot I can't close that. Here they are. Yes, sure, I meant to click on the train. I clicked on sort by, but they're both the same, so it doesn't matter. So after you go to Penhall, little buddy, I'd like you to head up here to the Nantborough Ferry Terminal, bugger off budget, and here come all the loss-making vehicles again. And then just head back to Penhall and continue business as usual. And we will also remove these signals here and get rid of these cross points because now there is no point for them because no trains are terminating here. They're all going straight through, which is what we wanted because simplifying the lines is very important. It's very easy to have far too many different sets of orders, and I like to try and keep things simple. Yeah, loss-making vehicles don't care. So this ferry will shuttle back and forth, probably making a loss initially. He's already made it to the other side of the water. Go you. Yeah, he's just... Because there's currently no demand from Nantborough to go over here because people don't know that they think they're going nowhere because it's just a dock in the middle of nowhere that accepts nothing. So once this connection has bedded in, it will show up on our map of passenger destinations. Oh, it already has. How about that? So now we should get some passengers generating on this route because they will know that they can make a connection there. Or at least that's how the theory goes. Whether it actually plays out like that, I don't know. But we'll extend the line up to Loons anyway. I was originally going to have the ferry come out of here, but I just thought, well, make it a more direct link and we'll get a bit more value for money out of the ferry. But if that doesn't work, we'll just demolish everything here and move the operation up to Loons. Yeah, so we'll build another station here. Let's build another fancy station building. I do like a good fancy station building. We'll go with an underpass this time, just to keep it fresh, because, yeah. We're building the stations nice and long. Again, I just want to sort of future-proof everything in case I go to upgrade them later. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's actually 6 long. That's even longer than I originally anticipated. But I'm going to run with it because it's happened. We're just gonna move past it. So we'll build. There is a road in the way. I hope they don't mind me demolishing it. They do. Righto then. They're gonna have a bit of an issue with that. That's actually why I extended the land up and then promptly forgot about it. Good work, mate. So we'll extend the double track all the way up to Loons there. Eventually, this will be shared with the old intercity trains as well. I hope there's nothing important in those messages down the bottom. I'm assuming it's just loss-making vehicles. Didn't line that up very well, did I? And what is that piece of track doing? That's just carelessness on my part. So we'll run that down there, and we will connect up to the ferry terminal. That actually sits quite nicely. And we haven't even had a train arrive at the ferry terminal, and I'm already extending their orders again. So after Netborough Ferry Terminal, I would like you to go up to... I better put the cross tracks in just in case. I would like you to continue on to Lunesis, please. Lunis? Loons? I'm pronouncing it Loons, but the double S makes me think it should be Lunes, like a snake. Yeah. That's how you know I've lost it. And then back to the ferry terminal. So I'm really hoping that that starts working for us soon. And having never used it, we can now get rid of this cross track here. That was a good use of money. And get rid of the signals as well. I kind of thought it would be used at least once, but 'twas not to be. 'Twas. That's a silly word. 'Twas. T-was. Like T-Nick. T-was. Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely a thing that's been said. So we'll finish dropping some signals in here. We'll throw a one-wayer in there and chuck another couple down like that. And then put the terminus signals in like that. Whoa, that's a lot of loss-making vehicles. If they could cut that out, that'd be fantastic. They're not going to. Where are you guys? Oh, you're down in Phoenix, quote-unquote city. Yeah, you're kind of important. That is a lot of people waiting at the station. And they all want to get on the ferry. So why are these trams doing so badly? Let's just throw good money after bad and put more trams on. Actually, we'll just clone the ones we have. No, I meant to hold Qatar and I didn't. Try that again. So we share the orders and let's just get... let's just get 10 more. Throw good money after bad. Look, they might be losing money, but the route as a whole should be doing quite all right. Yes, he's making... Look, it's not great money, but he's making money and he's bringing passengers to our train network, and the trains are where the money really is. Like this one. See, look at that. 53 grand last year. Can't argue with those numbers. So as long as the passengers keep wanting to travel, we will keep putting loss-making trams on. Where are you guys? Wow, dreading Stroke Island's really taken off too, and yet the trams are still hemorrhaging money. Good work. Where are you guys all trying to go? You're trying to go to Rongrove Rivers Dock, so it sounds like we need another couple of ferries here. Dunham Interchange. Where's that? Is that another ferry? Yes, okay. So we definitely want more ferries. And Phoenix Passenger Terminal, yeah. So we'll chuck another ferry on each route there. Why are these two bunched up? That's just silliness. If you guys could not bunch up, that'd be great. We'll chuck another one on that route. And we'll may as well just chuck another one on here for safety's sakes. Yeah. Actually, we might chuck another 2 on the other routes because there were about 1,500 people waiting. So if we have a couple of extra ferries, it's not going to hurt. You can go on that one and on that one. Yeah, look at this. This island here is just really going great guns. I mean, these ferries are all not making very much money. But as I said, propping the trains up. Trains are doing well. Trains are where the money's at. I mean, if we look at the budget, we've got our train running costs coming in at about, I don't know, $750,000. And our train income is 2.1 million. So way ahead. And ship income is 230, ship running costs 110. So they're still making double their running costs anyway. So as long as they keep doing that, we can prop up a few loss-making road vehicles. Hey, look at that. We've got a sawmill up here. We can run logs from this forest. Or we could... Oh, Train 29, getting old. Oh, Train 29, what are you doing? Oh, what's up, fella? Where are you going? You're going from Feeningham City. You are carrying a full load of passengers. Where would you like to go? You're headed for Great Lesningham. Oh, that's right there. Okay, that doesn't really tell us much. Windberg Bay City Terminal. That is... Not that one. That is that one. And then you are going to go on to... Oh, you're one of the intercity trains. Oh, well, it's time to replace you with something far more exciting. Gosh dang, why did you have to leave the station before telling me you were getting old? Hey, look, our goods train's arriving. Hello, are you making money? You are doing quite well for yourself. Yeah, that's why we walked the station in there. So this could be the goods drop-off point, and he could make some good money. So if I remember correctly, the goods should be coming in from this sawmill over here. Yeah, it's doing all right. You're carrying plenty of timber. Yeah, I think operation's going along quite nicely there. So we'll leave this window open, and I'll just have to remember to replace him when we get a minute. Now we've got a bit of potential for a local operation down on this island, I feel. Even if they've got stupid town names like Aberwell and Truddown End. End of what? End of the world? End of the island? You know what the end of the island this place is, or that place, which is even a city. So ideally, we want to have a route running between the two cities. I mean, that's got to be our first priority there, as well as sort of a coastal route coming down here, and maybe another coastal route, or even just a line that comes up and dead ends and go back again. Oh, new Treeside coal mines finally chucked in the towel. 138% of its expected output, though. That's pretty good. He's done all right. He's done well. He's had his time in the sun. Now, where's the best place to build a station here? I'm actually thinking putting the station in here, not making it a terminus so we can have trains coming and going from both directions, and just sort of running one train that comes around a big loop like this, and even make it a circle if we really wanted to. And then having the direct intercity train just chuffing up there, and I guess Louis Shaw? Seriously, what the hell is with these town names? They're just stupid. Or we could have a fancy looking terminus in here and just have sort of branch lines coming out and whatever. Train 30 is getting old. Oh no. Oh, that's probably another intercity train, is it? It is Phoenix. Oh no, you're coming from Phoenix. You're a completely different kettle of fish. Fish. We'll get rid of that and have a look at you. Of course, you've just left the depot too. You guys really need to get your shit together. But of course, you are going to get a lot closer to a depot too. So we'll just hit the fast forward button, and hopefully you can get close to a depot before something else starts happening. It doesn't bother me. Yeah, I figured something else would happen. Train 31, what are you? You are Feeningham, Greatland. Oh, okay, so you are in the same category as this chappy here, I think. And are you coming up to a depot? You are. There is a depot right there. So if you could chuff off to a depot, and we will scrap the engine. And train 32 is getting old. Gosh, why did I build all these trains at the same time? Where are you? You've just left the depot as well, haven't you? Of course you have. So we'll just shove these up in the corner so we don't forget about them. You are coming up to a depot. I forgot Phoenix comes on this suburban line. Where's the depot for that? Up there. There we go. Good. Wish this oil well would bugger off so we can double track this section. Train 31 is waiting in depot. Now, I do like the Clerestory coaches, but what top speed do they have? 128. What does the Edwardian do? 128. Well, we can keep them for a few years longer. And we'll get rid of these pissy little mail wagons because they are kind of stupid. Unfortunately, we can only really get the express mail carriage that does 128, so I guess we'll just be getting some unusually modern mail carriages to go with that train. And because these are important intercity trains, we'll add a new modern carriage on as well. So off you go. And you have picked up where you left off, which is good, because I'm pretty sure these 120 passengers kind of want to get to where they're going and not look at the inside of a depot. Don't know what we did with all the mail from the mail carriages, so that's kind of a thing that happened. I think everyone's just getting off in a panic now. Everyone's just literally bailed out because they're like, nah, I don't know what this train is doing. It's taking us into some dark shed full of mechanics. Didn't enjoy that one bit, but that's okay. Plenty of people got on. In fact, it's nearly at capacity. It's about 4 mailbags short short of being at full capacity. You're still heading towards a depot. You're still heading towards a depot. And, oh, that's right. You turn around in this little turnback, don't you? Shows how long it's been since I played. I set that up like last episode or the episode before, and I've already forgotten it exists. But if you're heading back for Phoenix, you can go to Phoenix Train Depot and we will renew you there. Everyone keep an eye on these for me and just sort of shout at me when they're doing things. People are using the interchange too. That's good. People are going via Lunas. I'm assuming they've gotten off the ferry. Yeah, people are using the ferry. That's good. That's good. But yes, we were, before these two trains rudely interrupted us, we were trying to get a railway line from Nantborough around into the rest of the the rest of this sort of the city part of the network. So how are we gonna build this station here? I'm sort of leaning on just try and build the station down by the water here. So we'll start by demolishing that. Can't really demolish their church though, so we might have to just bear the expense. Oh, that is quite an expense. We'll bear the expense of bringing the land up, and that means we can get 4 platforms in here, which they will let us do, but they think we're too far away from the city centre to actually qualify as their main station. So we'll just walk a bus stop into town. Oh, are you near a depot? You're not. And now, of course, I'm on the other side of the bloody world again. Boop, 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 boop. Don't mind me. Oh, hello. Oh, we've got a lot of trains piled up in here that I completely forgot about. We will just have to shove all of these wagons in behind these guys, because otherwise they will get added to our new train when we build it. I'm probably just going to end up scrapping all this stuff anyway, but what are you going to do? So we've got the Mogul. I think that's a reasonable fit. It's not really a fast train. So we'll sell the Loco, get the Mogul, and again, we'll get rid of these piddly little 6-wheel mail wagons and chuck on a couple of... let's just chuck a couple of covered carriage trucks on. I don't think we need the expense of the express mail wagon. And train 30 can continue. As you were, son. Are you near a depot? You're not, and once again, I've jetted to the other side of the world. But at least we know he's now on the way towards a depot. So once we finish building this station, which we'll rename to Brondgrove City Station, just so it looks a bit cooler, we should build a station building for that too. I don't know why I tried to build a bridge. Maybe I needed to get over something. We still can't build that fancy double-story number here, which is a shame. So we'll go with, which one haven't we built for a while? I don't think we built this one recently. Probably literally just built one. I've completely forgotten about it already. So you should be right to go to Windberg Bay City train depot now, so we can leave you well alone. Let's put a nice pot plant down. Let's put a couple of benches down as well for people to sit on. There we go. And we'll put a roof down in case it rains, because I'm just that kind of guy. Now, the line we're looking to build will go through Aberwell and Trundon, that town, and over to Nantborough. So I'll build the station in Nantborough first, given that that's an important interchange that we're going to be building. No, only 2 tracks, please. We'll need a station building, but it doesn't have to be a terribly large one. And we'll just put a nice roof down the end there to keep people dry. Now this one, even though I could double track it financially, I'll single track it, but leave it open for double tracking later, just because, well, it's going to be a pretty quiet railway line to start with. I don't think we're going to bring a terribly large number of people over by boat initially. Trudden, I'm tempted to just bus them into Aberwell, to be honest. No, we'll build them a station. We'll don't cheap out on them. Yeah, they might one day prove to be a decisive force in the transport stakes. No, probably not. But we're going to give them the chance. We're going to give them the time, and if they shine, they shine. If they don't, well, we tried. You know, they can't say we held them back by denying them access to a train. But I suspect that's going to be a black hole where money goes to die. So yeah, that's a thing that's happened. Now, how are we going to build a station at Aberwell? Because we've got these pain-in-the-bum industries hanging around here, so we can't really build one up this way. I guess we could put one at the top of town here, but again, we've got this stupid oil depot. We could always follow the coast around, but then, of course, we're too far out of town. We'll just walk it out with a bus stop. It's going to be fine. We'll just sort of... no, I don't like it. It's awkward placing it between the lighthouse and the town. Well, we are building single track, so what if we remove some of the land here? Hopefully that doesn't tick them off too much. We'll build a nice little underpass. No, we want 2 tracks here. We'll build not a pot plant. We want a roof here. No, we want a roof there and some benches. And I'm hoping I can sort of squeeze that. Oh, can we? We sort of can. I think we can get away with this. I'm aware there's a brickworks in the way. Life goes on. Nope. Might actually double track this just because it's such a small section between the 2 stations. It's kind of pointless having a single track section. Boy, these people love their oil depots. There's 2 of them on screen at the moment, which is kind of pointless given that they're not actually transporting any fuel products around. Now that we've built the stations, we can demolish that land quite easily without upsetting anyone, or rather, if we upset anyone, we don't care because we've already built all the stations we need to build. Throw some signals down just to space the trains out a bit. Not that I anticipate we'll have many trains on this route to begin with. Now this junction here will have to come out. We'll need a couple of tracks going this way up towards what's that town called? Lewishall, that town. We'll need these tracks here to connect up as well, please. And we'll have a cross track in there. And then that track will go up towards Lewis, that place. Connect track up like that. We'll need to... Did you go past the depot? I pointed at the screen. I don't know why I did that. What is wrong with me? Don't answer that. We'll put a bridge in here too. There we go. Yes, I'm pretty sure train 32 has gone past the depot now. I've knackered my opportunity. Let's have a look. Yeah, you've just gone past the depot, haven't you? You miserable. Nah, it's my fault. Can't really blame the train. Good worker never blames his tools. Yada, 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 yada. If we double track in here, I put the land on the wrong side, but it's quite easy to connect the track up anyway. Here comes a slew of loss-making vehicle messages that we will ignore. I might actually double track that land in. Double track that line in, just to avoid any argy-bargy at the junction here. So what are we going to do? We'll put that in like that, send that track up like that. And that is a really ugly junction. I honestly think I can do better there. I'm just going to get rid of all of it. I hate 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 all of it. Hate it. No. Make it go away. Don't care. We have the money. I want it to be good or not. Nothing. No. Okay. Let's put it in there. That was horrendously expensive for what I'm trying to do. Vanity will be my downfall. We all know this. We've all known this for years. We'll get rid of that track completely because I don't know how it will fit in. It might actually fit in all right. Let's have a we'll squidge it in there, and we'll have the second track coming off like that. We'll just sort of squidge it in. I think that works. Everyone can get from everywhere to everywhere. That's all right. That's what we want. Put signals in. I think that's going to be a lot more attractive than the last junction we proposed, which was laughable. Let's be honest. If you did not laugh at it, going, look at this clown. What is he trying to do? He's trying to pull off a spaghetti as a spaghetti junction as some sort of efficient way to move trains. Must be his first time. It's not. That's why I fixed it. If we could fix that signal, that'd be fantastic. And we'll just run a few more down like that. Yeah, there we go. It's nice having money. You don't have to penny pinch, and I managed to put that signal on the wrong side, which would have caused chaos had I not seen that. Train 29 getting very old. Did I send you to the depot and not actually do anything with you? No. What a goose. So we'll give you the same treatment as the other intercity. We'll get rid of your little 6-wheel mail vans and get you the express mail carriages, even though they're overkill. And we'll get you another... why didn't that... I'll take that off and put it back on there. There we go. That looks all right. And you can continue on your way now that you are an Edwardian. Ooh, Rearway Docks accepts goods. Oh, well, we're on the other side of the world again. I shouldn't have done that. Let's go back over here and finish off what we were doing. What else do we need to do here? Yeah, I think that's all. Depot. Duh. Can't really build trains without a depot. We'll put the depot on this side of town because we're only going to have the one line coming out this side, so it won't really matter. That's not going to work. I don't know why I thought it would. That's what I wanted to do. So we'll run the track down like that. Throw down a depot there. That sounds rather violent. We'll build a depot there. We'll place a depot gently. All these other adjectives I could use. Adjectives? Verbs? Verbs. Just remember preschool English. So are you near a depot? You should be. Yes, Great Lesningham train depot. That's what we want to see. Now, what sort of train are we going to use on the island? I really want to have like a sort of a Thomas the Tank Engine theme here with like an island, a Sodor sort of vibe, but I get the feeling that's just going to be a waste of money. So we're probably just going to go with the Mogul because that's a solid 260. It's reasonably inexpensive. In fact, it's the same as the Edwardian, which goes significantly faster. So I don't know why I've been building it this whole time. But yeah, we'll get him a siphon van and we'll get him some passenger carriages. Ironically, this is probably one of the most modern trains in the network, and it is on some doodly-doo island that no one cares about. So, there's always that. So if you could go to Nantborough docks via these towns that no one's ever heard of, that would be fantastic. And that has started off a network on this giant island. I mean, none of the other islands we've serviced have really rated much of a network. I mean, Dreadingstoke's probably the biggest one so far, and that only got a bunch of loss-making trams and a single industrial shanty train thing. Now, train 32, you would like to be upgraded as well. We'll knock them off there and sell them. And we'll get you a couple of express mail cars and take them off, put them back on. And same thing, we'll get you a new standard carriage. I like the clerestory coaches, so until we need to replace them, why bother? And you can continue on your grand journey as well, please. How's this ferry doing? He's over here, dickhead. He is doing... he's picking up more and more people each year, but he is still losing money, which is a bit of a concern. What's his problem? They accept passengers there. Surely he hasn't picked all 20 passengers up from Nantborough already. He has, apparently. Obviously, people want to travel. Unless they're not getting off the ferry at Nantborough Ferry Terminal, we'll have to sort of have a look to make sure they're actually getting off to get on the train. Let's just fast forward till he gets there. Now, are you actually dropping anyone off? You are, okay. So you are losing money, but I don't know why, because you're dropping people off at the docks and should be turning a profit, I'd imagine. Weird. Oh well. Oh well, let him run. Hopefully once this big network on this island is up and running, we'll have better prospects for that ferry there. Because he's certainly taking people back and forth, that's not a problem. Via Penhall, so they want to go south, so that's okay. May as well just keep extending the network on this little island here. Now, as I said, I do want to extend this line up to Presbridge. But first what I will do is extend this line up to Presbridge. I know it's a roundabout route for people going from here to here, but it's mostly because I want the ferry passengers to not have to go all the way into Brongrove to go up there because, well, the cities being large destinations, they're probably going to be quite popular. Now, at Presbridge, do we want to have I don't really want to have a bridge across here, although if we do, it might be an engineering opportunity because it's sort of a funny spit of land coming out here. And to sort of allow... train 34, I'm doing a thing. Could you just leave me alone? Are you near a depot? Oh my god, you're near a depot! And of course, you're going to a completely different depot. Don't worry about it, it's fine. We'll just have to remember to come back to him later. Now, can we demolish this? No. Okay, so we're going to have to work around that. Because what I'm thinking is if we raise the land up so it's a doubly high bridge, because, look, ships can pass under... I can't actually find a bridge that ships would pass under. I don't think I've built any. But ships can pass under the normal height bridges. That's not a problem as far as the game's concerned. Seriously, cannot find a bridge that you would send a ship under. Not sure if that's good or bad. But basically, like that bridge we just built a second ago. Like if we had a ship that wanted to run down this river here, that's fine. The ships easily clear it, but I just feel that some of the more modern ships are a bit too tall to pass under the single tile bridges. So if I'm having a bridge over somewhere where ships might naturally go, I might not build any, but in theory shipping would come through here into the bay. I like to make it an extra tile high, so I'll put it up like that, and then of course that doesn't line up. And then I'll run the bridge out there. So we'll bring this out here. This is going to be horrifically expensive. Draw that line out to there. Jeez, it's 172 grand. Okay. And that's another 70 grand for the... Why is the fast good bridge cheaper than the shitty viaduct? Well, it just doesn't make sense. Of course I'm going to build that thing. But yeah, so now with that being an extra sort of tile off the ground... ships should, in theory, easily be able to pass under it, as opposed to if I was to build, say, a lower down bridge. We've got the money, I'll take the hit. See, it just doesn't leave much clearance, so I'll stay away from that. But yeah, I think that actually becomes quite an impressive piece of engineering. So even if it is bridging two islands, it just looks cool. So I think we can deal with it. But there's no point building a big bridge without a big station to go with it. I was going to put the station in here. I guess we could have a junction to come out and around here. That's probably not a problem. My main worry is trying to level the land out here without ticking the town off. We might have to sort of start with a more modest 3-track station here and go from there. So let's build this fella sort of there. And we'll just put an end piece in to connect the fences up. And yeah, we'll put some track down as well. Let's see what we got. We got some benches here. That'll do. Put down a roof. We'll put down a footbridge so people can change platforms if they end up on the wrong one. Put down another roof. Oh, no. Oh, see, we've already ticked them off. Imagine if I'd gone and taken a big swath of trees out. So we'll plant a big swath of trees, which we'll later take out. And I'll finish up with the obligatory pot plant. There we go. How many tiles is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's probably as long as we're ever going to need for a passenger station. So we'll start off by building a bit of track out here, and we'll build a junction out this way. But we'll keep the track going because eventually we want to go to, well, not eventually, right now, we want to go to Nantucket or Nantborough, or whatever the hell it's called. Trains losing money, don't care. I probably should care. I just don't. So now we need to make sure that this third platform here, because it can't get to and from the branch, we have to make sure that the opportunity doesn't arise for it to get to or from the branch. So we'll have to make sure that we don't build any trains at a depot here and send them out if these 2 platforms are occupied and the train needs to go to the branch, because he'll naturally take the third platform, turn around and be unable to get down the branch. If that rambling story of heroism makes sense at all. It probably didn't. So that's good. That's a signal set up, and we'll set the junction up now before I forget with just a signal there. Now we need to build some track down here. We can probably close the build tree thing. Are you near a depot yet? No, I think you've literally just left one as well. That's good timing on my part. So we'll just focus on building track, and we will come back to him in a bit. So if we're going to bridge the river about here, I think that's all right. As you know by now, I like building up to go over the rivers. I like having the sort of the natural land, what would you call it, sort of run up to the bridge. I just think it looks a bit more natural than a sort of a really up and down bridge that's more or less a speed hump for some of the faster trains. I don't like that. I don't like speed humps for trains. I don't think they're terribly realistic. Well, speed humps and trains in general don't really make sense anyway, so yeah, Oh, another river to cross, and of course we didn't build it far enough to... Well, this is going to be a very scenic line following the coast pretty much the whole way though. And of course that's not going to line up with the river, is it? It's not going my way at the moment. So we'll run that down on a bit of a diagonal there. I hope nothing else is getting old down the bottom there, because I'm assuming it's just all loss-making messages that I'm going to ignore because they're just stupid road vehicles and no one cares about road vehicles. When it's time to replace them, I just replace them en masse, or as we saw, I think it was last time, we just scrap them because we lose interest. So connect the track up. Oh yeah, I was going to single track it, wasn't I? Oh well, we've sort of overcommitted there. So much for the relaxed island vibe. I'm just going to double track the whole thing. Whatever. Actually, that's probably a bit too far. We'll swing it down like this to avoid doing any more damage to the local environment. Swing it up here, and of course it's not going to line up with the station. Why would it? That would be too much to ask. So we'll bring that up like that, and then we will go ahead and get rid of... Well, actually, we'll extend you first, seeing as you've just finished your little journey. Wow, there's a lot of people waiting here. 203 people. And they want to go via them. Oh, they've all gotten off the train. Yeah, I planned that out. Literally this episode. Still forgot how it works. Go me. So after Nantborough Docks, you're just going to duck up to Presbridge and then back down to Nantborough Docks again, just to give people a few more options as to where they go. We'll now fix up this railway line, put some signals down, and yeah, build a couple more trains for that route, seeing as we've gone to the extreme expense of... Whoops-a-daisy. Put that track back, please. because I just realized he is on the wrong track and will need to change over. Because, yeah, trust me to half-ass everything as usual. So if you could cross over, please. You're not going to. Well, you're going to turn around. Well, just, you know what, just if you could try and go back to Nambro Docks and try this all again, that'd be fantastic. And we'll just pretend that never happened, because he's pretty much empty anyway, I think. So, are you near a depot? Probably. Oh, you're not empty. Whoops. Oh, well. Those people are getting a scenic tour of the island as our first non-island dwelling train passengers. They can get... Ship 1 is getting old. Oh, ship. Because it sounds like shit. But, you know, it's not. So we'll have to add him to the list of things to attend to. I don't know why this one's having a bit of a juddery time there. Maybe the seas are rough right in front of him. This bloke's riding along in his wake. Don't know. Not sure I want to know. Maybe it's how little ships are born. You know, some sort of mating ritual. Yeah, we'll just sort of finish the signals off, and then we'll get about. You were obviously not near a depot after all. I shouldn't have fired from the hip like that. It's entirely my bad. Take full responsibility for it. As there's no consequences except this train potentially getting lost, I think we'll be fine. So run some more signals up here. I think that ship's actually getting near a depot, so we should really finish these signals lickety-split. And yeah, get on with fixing our ship up. Let's have a look. No, I don't want signals anymore. Oh, you're not actually too close to a depot at all. So, do we have any new ferries we can build? We've still just got the Barletta paddle steamer or the Fastnet paddle steamer or this. I swear that's not a passenger ship. I swear that's a. It says it's a steamer, but it looks like a freight. Yeah, I don't know if it's. I like the Sunk Rock ferry. Let's just buy another one of them, please. And we'll get you to copy ship 1. Ship 1, we will get to stop sharing and just send it to the depot. And we will delete all those windows to get rid of them. Head back up to where we were and start cloning us some trains. Because now we've got 10 million in the bank, we can just put loss-making trains on. Not left, right, and centre, just left and right. You know, don't want to get too ahead of ourselves. So what do we go? Well, I guess we'll go with a total of 4 for that line. And hopefully they space themselves out, but I bet they won't, and I will look a bit silly having a convoy of 3 trains chuffing back and forth, with the third one just carrying literally no passengers. Although that said, we've got 200... where are you all trying to go? Okay, you literally want to go to various places around the world. So that ferry, if it doesn't start making money, it never will, because it's going to have plenty of 100 passengers. There we go. Oh no, it's getting close to profit. I'm sure it will be fine once it starts running at capacity both ways. How are you doing over here? Yeah, a lot of passengers waiting for the train. Oh, there's a train there. Never mind. I was going to say we should probably build more trains, but now you should be showing a profit now. You are. Good. Okay. We probably need a second ferry at this rate. Yeah, 102 passengers already waiting for the ferry, and that's before the train starts showing up. So get us another one of them ferries. And, of course, they're going to convoy. Yeah. Good work. Oh well. Back up to 10 million. That's cause for celebration. Huzzah. Yeah, so to finish off today, I will connect up Brongrove with Presburg as a more direct route, and we'll put a sort of a pseudo intercity train on there. And we'll probably save this coastal route for another time, and we'll also... Actually, no, we'll build this line up here. We can build the rest of them another time. I want to make use of this bridge we built, as opposed to just building it and forgetting about it and coming back to it in about 10 parts time and going, oh, I built this bridge here. Oh, that was silly. I didn't do anything with it. Yeah, that's not going to line up very well at all. I'm going to have to do a bit of creative curvature here. That's too creative. There we go. Is that gonna work how I want it to? No, I hate these. I know it's not a true 90-degree corner. I hate them, so I'm not having it. Not having it at all. I will demolish that. We know where it wants to line up. It's the center of this tile here. So if we go... No, that's probably one tile too soon. If we go across like that and like that... Remember, it's the center of this tile. We need to... Boopity boop. And we will build yet another ridiculously expensive bridge. This route is not going to make its construction cost back. We We need to make our peace with that now. And by we, I mean me. And I have. Sort of. Yeah, these towns are probably not worth building a railway line to. We probably could have gotten away with ferry or buses, but gosh darn it, it's just an impressive looking bridge and we can run ships through the middle of it and life is good. So we'll just fix up this awkward looking landscape here, and before we build too much track, we're going to need a station over at Feithwaite. Yeah, we'll just do a one track line to start with. We can always expand it later if need be. Gosh, this is expensive with all the terrain modifications and the fling-flanging and the flum-floms. Those are very technical rail terms, by the way. A fling-flang is a... Shut up. We'll put a buffer stop down here just because, well, where else are we going to go? Actually, it occurs to me we should have built that station down by the water so we've got better interchange with a ferry over there. So hopefully Dondberg Bay will be receptive to that. They will be. And we just need to get the platform in. Boom. Nailed it. That was my plan all along. It was not hastily thought of at the last minute, and that was just a distraction station. Make sure you're all paying attention at home and saying, oh, didn't you want to build a ferry? Shouldn't you build it near the water so you can have a proper interchange? That doesn't line up. That does. Good. And we'll just forget that little bit of track ever existed. So yeah, we'll finish up today by putting a nice little branch line train on there. I don't know why I bothered building 2 tracks here if we're only going to have the one train. Well, I guess we'll go with the mogul again. I mean, it seems to be serving us well. And I'm sort of doubling down for this island. We'll just keep the fleet nice and consistent. So we'll get a siphon van and we'll get, I'll say 4 passenger carriages, which is probably overkill for this route, but what are you going to do? It just occurred to me, we will make you belong to that depot. Just occurred to me we have to be careful when we send it out because, as I said before, it might get a bit lost if these 2 platforms are occupied, but we should be right. He should go, or he will go to this platform because the other 2 are occupied. But yeah, certainly if he'd found his way into this platform, he would be lost until the end of days. Let's turn the trees back on and just admire what we've accomplished. Wow, he's picking up passengers already? I didn't even know people would know that they want to go that way. That's pretty cool. Oh no, it's just mail. Whoop-de-doo. Mail has a tendency, 87 bags via any station. So the postal service in this game has decided, I don't care what you've addressed your mail to. Bugger it, we're just chucking it on the first train and taking it to the first town. Yeah, that's not much different from real life, is it? Oh, burn on the postal service. So next time I want to have a ferry from Dondberg Bay down back to the mainland again. I'm also thinking we run a ferry down over here somewhere, probably to Garwich, to connect up to a future railway line over here. We will also have a ferry connecting up Menley with Reeveside or Pesbrook or something. The opportunity for ferries is incredible, and then when we get aircraft in, oh boy, are we going to have aircraft. I don't know, I was asking you, are we going to have aircraft? I think we will. I like aircraft. In fact, we probably have aircraft available now. It's 1918. Yeah, we have the Zeppelin, so we really don't have any useful aircraft at the moment. But once we get stuff that can actually cross the ocean at a reasonable clip, we should be pretty right. And of course, we're now going to wade through a slew of loss-making announcements. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to call it here. Hope you've enjoyed the episode. We've made a bit of progress this time. We've made it over to the sort of the big island over in the, where is that, the west of the map? And we've extended our line up here through Penhall and up to Lunes or Loons, or jury's still out on the pronunciation of that name. But yeah, as I said, I hope you've enjoyed the episode. I'd like to thank you for joining me. I've been T-Nick. This has been Transport Tycoon in the form of Open TTD. And I hope to see you all back here again for whatever part we're up to next week. Thanks for watching. Later days.